What is up, guys, and welcome back to another Crypto with Leo YouTube video. Now, today we're running through a topic that I haven't seen anyone else talking about, and most likely because they don't pay attention to someone who slanders the likes of crypto so much. Now, as you can see in front of me, guys, we have Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, and arguably the greatest investor of all time. Now, he has gained quite a name for himself in the crypto space because of how much he talks down on the likes of Bitcoin as an investment, and also talking badly on crypto. However, he's pretty much come to my attention because of some recent investment moves that he has been making that really we need to be paying attention to. And I do think they highlight something that he is possibly doing. Now, it's important to remember one of his key friends, which you will be able to see at the end of this video when I do run through it, because it does hint towards a bit of insider trading, possibly, or maybe they know something that we don't. Who knows? So in this video, I'll be breaking everything down for you guys. If you have not seen this channel before, guys, welcome. I talk everything crypto. I'm really getting active with my content, so make sure to click that subscribe button. And if you do enjoy the content, guys, it is free to do. So press that like button and leave a comment if you want videos on anything in particular. I got you guys. So as you can see, Warren Buffett in front of me, and we're going to snap to the next photo. Literally, the key topic of this video is his recent investment moves. Arguably, they're very questionable, and they caught my attention, which is why we're breaking them down. Now, like I said, he's gained a name because of some of the things that he has said in regards to the crypto space, like the likes of this. Stay away from it. It's a mirage. Basically, the idea that it has some huge intrinsic value. It's just a joke, in my view. Now, they have done countless interviews. Buffett, Charlie Munger, who is his colleague, they talk very badly. Like, they do not hold back when they speak about it. Now, this has to be one of the funniest clips, though, when Warren Buffett was basically trying to explain it in an interview, what he thought. And he related Bitcoin as an investment to a farm, pretty much saying, because Bitcoin doesn't give you anything back, it is not a good investment. Guessing he hasn't heard of DeFi, or at least DeFi maybe wasn't on the front pages back then. But listen to this, guys, because I want you guys to hear what he has to say when he relates it to it.
Pretty loud about what they heard. What is it about Bitcoin that gets you guys so fired up?
Well, when you buy a farm, you look at the crop every year and what prices are, and you decide whether it was satisfactory investment. I mean, you look to the asset itself and what it produces for you. When we buy a business, we look.
Now, a cool thing he did say there is, like, when you do invest in something, you look at the asset and what it brings to you. Bitcoin brings accessibility, decentralization. And at the end of the day, with what we see going on in the likes of Canada right now, some of the stuff they're doing, they're talking about how they can just shut down your bank account. They can stop you doing transactions. It's terrifying. So I do think there is a need for decentralization right now. However, it has to be, and I've been having this conversation, guys, and you can let me know if you agree with this opinion down below. I think for Web3, for decentralization to flourish, it has to be, and this is where we'll see it take its first step. It has to be decentralization by choice. In other words, you have the choice to be decentralized, to be in control. A more simple way of putting it with the likes of Web3 would be giving people the opportunity of ownership. For example, you have the option to utilize a decentralized web browser, take control of your data, and earn rewards for it, if that makes sense. But that's how I think we're really going to flourish, and that will be the start and the development of it. So I think, as you know, these items really pick up their marketing, etc. I'm going a bit off topic here. That's what we're going to see. But as you know, I love Web3, so it goes without saying. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting way he did look at it, but I think he has got it slightly wrong. Now, a key point I want to make before we get into this is, yes, he's spoken bad on it, but something I've noticed, and I've watched countless interviews of him talking about it, is he very specifically slanders certain assets. He doesn't, however, slander and talk down on crypto in general. He doesn't talk down on the blockchain technology and the effects and implications or the benefits that it will have if adopted. And that was the key thing, because I think, look, there's certain assets he might not like. He might not know. He might know something you don't. At the end of the day, he's a billionaire. Right? We don't know the circle he's in. Satoshi might be his next door neighbor. They might just not get along or something, but who knows? But the point is that he has certain opinions on certain assets. However, he has openly said before, blockchain technology and crypto in general, there is a place for it. It's useful technology. And as you've always said, if it makes an industry or something more efficient, then it has a future. Efficiency is key. That is how the world evolves. Now, as we jump into what his investments are, I think it kind of highlights potentially a move or how he is going to go about exposing himself to the growth of Web3, GameFi, crypto space in general. So the first one being, and this is pretty big in my opinion, was the fact that he basically has started dumping some of his Visa and MasterCard stocks, which, you know, this got a lot of news. There was a guy called Chamath earlier in the year, and he made the statement that his biggest play was actually shorting the likes of Visa and MasterCard this year and traditional payment networks, and also looking towards more basically Web3 based ones. So I've played the clip. I've done it multiple times on over on TikTok, so it's pinned on my page if you want to go look at it. But it turns out he could be kind of right. He says he was shorting it, and now we're seeing Warren Buffett dump some of his stocks as well. However, look, that's not the craziest thing. Just for reference, by the way, he dumped $1.8 billion worth of Visa stock and $1.3 billion worth of MasterCard stock. So these aren't small amounts, but it seems like it's a common amount. Like $1 billion is a common amount for him to invest into something, which is what you'll see here. However, it's the move he made next that made these, the fact that he's almost, you know, withdrawing, whether that's profits or he's just taking out initials. It's the moves he made next that are very interesting, and that is that he invested $1 billion in a Bitcoin-friendly neobank. The bank's name itself is Nubank, and it's the largest fintech bank in Brazil that's also popular among the country's Bitcoin investors. So what they're saying here is that he's kind of indirectly exposing himself to the fintech space and crypto-friendly banks, which is awesome. But I think it's important to say, guys, $1 billion is not a small amount. I mean, even for him, look, at the end of the day, I think his net worth currently is at 114 billion. That's a pretty decent amount. But I think it was an interesting move that he's decided to, you know, not short, but withdraw from some of the traditional payment systems and then put it into something new. And I think, look, the ROI is there. Fintech and cryptocurrency in general is the future. So I think he's making a strong play here. But what is key to see, he is not directly exposing himself to assets. Instead, he's exposing himself to platforms that will support them. And I think that is key. And he's a smart way of going about it. Like I said, I mean, in general, crypto is still in a speculative place, guys. We have to admit that as investors, you have to see both sides of the market. But I thought it was quite a cool way. He's indirectly exposing himself to the growth of it. Now, the next move is very interesting, very controversial. And that is that Buffett bought $1 billion worth of stock in ACTIVISION prior to their Microsoft deal. Now, why is this questionable? Well, there you go. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are openly very, very, very good friends. And, you know, this move that Microsoft did in acquiring, bearing in mind, this is their biggest ever acquisition, $69 billion. Don't worry, that was immature. They literally dubbed that their metaverse move. So he's now basically indirectly exposed himself to a crypto-friendly bank, a fintech startup. And he's also indirectly exposed himself to ACTIVISION prior to them being developed upon by Microsoft to become this metaverse hub, as we see it expand into the metaverse, or one of the metaverses. And I think this is really interesting. But it's literally that questionable side of it. Is it insider trading? Did he know this before that? But yeah, I think it's really cool. It kind of highlights that Warren Buffett, you know, like I said, he's slandered and talked down on specific assets, but never the space in general. And now we're seeing him actually indirectly expose himself and putting himself in a position where he is actually prepared. Like if something happened tomorrow, he's in a good position to gain something from it. So it's cool to see. But I think, look, the amount he did talk down on it, and, you know, people would very much look at that and take from what they would, etc. But you have to understand, at the end of the day, he didn't get to the position he's in, being one of the best investors in the world, by not knowing what he's doing. So I think, look, these are smart moves by him. The dumping of Visa and MasterCard stock is very, very interesting. I don't want to look too much into it because that can take you down a very big conspiracy route. And as an XRP holder, we don't want to go there. There's no need for it. They're still in the lawsuit. So we're chilling. But anyway, guys, I really wanted to bring this video to you. It really does highlight something. And I think you know, seeing Warren Buffett start making these moves and exposing himself indirectly to this stuff, it's exciting to see, and I think it's just the start of it. So yeah, 2022 is looking like a good year. Like I said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, click that plus button. That is to give me or subscribe to this channel and click that like button. I'm going to be honest with you guys. As you can see, I keep messing up in these videos, but I'm actually really enjoying making content on YouTube. Kind of new to it coming from TikTok. But as I said, I'm going to be bringing you guys loads and loads of daily content. If there are any beginners watching this, let me know what kind of stuff you want to see. I'm going to be making like a MetaMask top tips, security tips video. And then we're going to be jumping into a whole load of stuff like the best platforms for trading, etc., etc. So like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.